Italy. She's from a small town in Abruzzi called Vasto Marina. And so she grew up hand making and rolling ravioli and putting fresh fish, lobster, everything that you can think of, fresh ricotta cheese, a little bit of parsley. I mean, everything that she did as, you know, a kid and growing up as a young adult, we have put in here. She spent half of a day making these fresh for her family every single day. And what we have done is we've modernized the culinary approach so that you can spend less time in the kitchen. You don't have to spend a whole day making these. It's 5 to 6 minutes in boiling water.
I'll just eat the stuffing.
Just
I don't
eat the
care.
stuffing. I know you will.
Right. That's lobster, man. I don't care.
Super easy to make. When you get these home, they're flash frozen. And the reason that I call that out is flash frozen is vastly different from frozen food from a grocery store.
Right.
Flash frozen means that we've preserved the freshness. They're not frozen from inside and out, which means it's only going to have to boil in water for 5 minutes.
That's it.
When they rise to the top, they're done. You are getting fresh whole milk ricotta cheese, lobster, claw meat, knuckle meat. You're getting a little bit of parsley, a little bit of Italian spices.
Okay.
When you talk about fresh ingredients, that's
crazy.
it.
All right, so you have two options. You can get, both options include getting 24 stuffed, lobster stuffed ravioli. But if you want to spend a little bit more, you can get the sauce, which is the bechamel. If you don't know what a bechamel is, it's basically, they start with a butter, they make a roux. It's kind of a light, very sort of lemony cream sauce, and it goes perfectly with the lobster because it doesn't compete with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really great about Relli's too, and the reason that I'm kind of pointing this out is that if you are being cautious about your ingredients, you can feel confident in Relli's because we're cautious about them as well.
Yeah.
Look at our ingredients, very few ingredients on that bechamel sauce. Whole milk, heavy cream, shallots, water, a little bit of cornstarch for, you know, to keep it that thickness. Butter, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, some spices, and that's it. We are giving you ingredients that are fresh, they're good for you, and I think that you're actually going to experience that when you taste it.
You guys put nothing artificial in there.
Nothing artificial.
There's no preservatives.
Nope, no funky ingredients that you don't even know how to state.
Guys, for this price, so $89.95 without sauce. $99.95 if you want it. I would get the sauce. It's really good because they're already on sale anyway. You save $10. If you want to impress, and by the way, I'm a big guy. I could probably eat 3, maybe 4. They're very filling.
So this is 3 on a platter.
So you're talking 8 meals.
Yes.
For $89 or $99, but 8 meals.
Yes.
Gourmet.
Yeah. So 4 of these actually include 18 grams of protein. So if you're somebody who's also watching, like you want to do a high protein diet, you know, 4 of them here that are plated, this is a hearty meal because what you're going to notice, we use durum wheat pasta, which allows us to create a really thin layer of pasta. When you look at our pasta to filling ratio, that's what you're gonna notice the biggest difference. If you've done store-bought raviolis before, these are gonna knock your socks off because of that thin layer of pasta and that substantial filling on the inside, and that filling is lobster, fresh cold water lobster, claw meat and knuckle meat from Northern America and Canada. We put it with fresh whole milk ricotta cheese. I mean, those 2 flavors together are delicious. We also have a little bit of potatoes, some parsley in there as well. I mean, this is a meal, like I love it over here. We do it family style at our house where we do a full 12 plated, and then we just plop it right in the center of the table. Everybody scoops, you know, 2 to 3. We do a little side salad, and that's our meal.
Does that say 3 raviolis?
Serving
3.
Serving size is 3.
There's only 9 grams of fat.
Yes.
That's not a lot of fat.
Correct.
In 3 jumbo raviolis.
Yes.
All right, you know, I mean, that's not bad at all. And by the way, you can use these right away, or you can freeze them, whatever you want to do, but it's such a treat.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to stock up too because these will stay frozen for 12 months and we flash freeze them. So you don't have to worry that when you pull them out, maybe 6 months when you've got family coming over, that they're going to be sacrificed in any way. They are going to plop in the boiling water. They are going to be just as fresh as we made them, and you are really gonna taste that freshness of the lobster. And if you're picking up the bechamel sauce, the reason that I wanted to give you an option with the bechamel sauce, because a light buttery sauce is what pairs perfectly with the lobster ravioli.
Yep.
But if you love and have already at home, maybe you have our marinara sauce that we presented with the spinach ravioli, that also pairs nicely with the lobster. What I will tell you is that allow the lobster ravioli to be the star of the plate. Don't oversaturate it with the with any sauce that you choose, whether it's our sauce or a sauce that you already love. Sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it because you know if you want to do it the Italian way, we put Parmesan cheese on everything. I did a little bit of basil on top of it as well. And if you want to really give it that fresh, almost like scream summer taste, I like to take the back of a lemon on a grater, cheese grater, and then just do, you know, zest it with some lemon. It is so fresh. I also love to do the same thing in the bechamel sauce. Put the lemon in the bechamel sauce.
And what you can do as well, what we used to do in one of my restaurants, we'd make a pink sauce, which is basically take a little of your red sauce and put it with the bechamel, and then it's pretty. It looks nice. And then you can put the basil on top.
Exactly.
All right, we are very busy. We are launching this. So the one with sauce is outselling the just the raviolis 2-to-1. I want you to look at everything you're getting, and remember, this is a meal, this is a meal, that is a meal, this is a meal. That there are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meals here.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're a family of 5, and we serve the 12 count, and it is good for our family of 5.
I bet you guys could. I bet you guys couldn't eat more than 2 or 3. They're very
with
dense.
these, the lobster, I eat 2.
Yeah.
Because they are substantial.
I love them as an appetizer.
They,
you know what I mean? Like a little, before dinner, have 1 or 2.
Yes.
Have some drinks. Have a little cheese.
Yes.
A little wine. And then,
that's right.
And then you could serve whatever else you want.
Right.
Not only that'll make them last because they are kind of special.
Well, that's Italian style too. You know, like we don't just serve one big meal and hope that everyone kind of fills their belly and they're satisfied. We start with a cheese tray, have a glass of wine, then we serve the lobster ravioli. Then we kind of finish with a light little salad, like a great lemon salad with some figs on it, and even that goat cheese that we presented in the trees board. That would go great with the lobster ravioli.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you really can make it easy, and you can incorporate all of these authentic Italian flavor profiles without having to put much brain power or thought or energy into it. That's what I love about the Bucciarelli family so much. When I married into the family almost 20 years ago, they knew I didn't cook, so they kind of took me in under their wing, and they're like, well, we're going to teach you how to cook the Italian way, and we're going to make it really easy for you. I'm like, well, how easy? You just got to throw the lobster ravioli in the water for 5 minutes and just let it boil. I'm like, I can do this, right?
Well,
so if that's you and you really want to have high quality food, but you don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, this is where to go.
You know how hard it is. You know how hard it is to make these.
My mother-in-law would spend an entire day.
It's a labor of love.
Yes.
It takes all day to make these.
And she did it willingly because it was a passion of hers. I mean, she grew up, this was her job. She made really great food for her family. And I love her for that. And we have stacks of her recipes. And every time, we talk to our buyers here at HSN, they're like, so what do you have for us next? I'm like, I'm flipping through the recipe book and I'm like, I don't know. What do you think? It's always exciting to present something to you from Nonna Tina.
All right, listen, if you want it on auto ship with the sauce, I have 30 left.
All right,
if you want it single ship without the sauce, we have 30. With the sauce, we have 30 left. Get the sauce. Just makes sense.
Just get the sauce. Easy. Yeah, get the sauce, and you know what? If I were you, I would get the one with the sauce, and then I would get the one without the sauce, so that you can have these sitting in your freezer.
Right.
For the next time that you want that.
And if you just want to put butter on them, you can do that too, because it's lobster.
And a little bit of fresh basil, or maybe you have like a tomato. Maybe you have a tomato sauce that you love. Maybe you picked it up from the grocery store, and you're thinking, well, that tomato sauce might be a little too thick. Just put a little bit of water in it to make it a little bit more thin.
Wine.
Okay.
Tiffany.
And you can just thin it down a little bit, and then you've got it.
I would say that's a highlight. That is so good.
Yeah, I'm glad that you love it. I hope you guys enjoy it too.
All right, you guys enjoy it as well. Tiffany will be back again someday because we love her stuff. I wanted to remind you really quickly that we have available our Ninja Foodie Pro